Hi friends, and welcome to another video. Today I am bringing you a FLOSSTUBE update. If you don't know, my name is Shannon. I make FLOSSTUBE content, which is cross-stitch content and bookish content. So if you like crafts, art, anything like that. I also recently got into crochet, so I'm wearing my crochet cardigan that I made. So if you're interested in all of that, then please stick around and subscribe. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the progress that I have on some of my whips, work in progresses, and I am excited. I'm also a liar because in my last FLOSSTUBE I says that I wasn't going to start anything new. I says I wasn't going to buy anything new, and I've lied to y'all. Really, really. So let's get right on into this. We're going to start with my new start, and this is Unicorn by Caroline Manning Designs. So Caroline Manning had a sale and I bought 3 patterns. I think it was like buy 3 get a percent off. I can't remember. So I bought Unicorn, which is the one that I've started. Moonstone. Oh, I bought 4 patterns. Summer Sky Glass? No, Summer Sky Glass is 1. So I bought 3 patterns by Caroline Manning, and I decided to start Unicorn. And I have hanging threads on here, I do apologise. This is on 18 count hand dyed Ada by River Hut Designs. I will have all the information of every project, every whip up on screen. So if you want to know the designer or the fabric I'm using, start date, it will all be on screen, so you can just like pause and see if there's anything you're interested in. And I am obsessed with this. How beautiful is this? It's just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I have seen Caroline Manning around Instagram and on here on FLOSSTUBE, and I was intimidated because the ones that I had seen had a lot of beads and looked quite intricate. I've never beaded before, so I kind of put it on the back burner. But when I seen that she had a sale on, I thought, well, what better way to like dip my toes into the water than to buy, a wee project. And I love the colors of this. My brain thinks of this like coloring in, because it's like a block, it's like blocks of color, and my brain just like goes to a really happy place when I stitch this because of the blocks. I do wish, so I normally use CXC threads just because it's cheaper, right? And I actually bought DMC for this for quickness, and by accident, kind of, because the listing that I normally buy my CXC was right next to the DMC, and I didn't really click that the pricing was different because it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I had woken up before my alarm, not happy about it, so I decided to buy myself this 3 patterns because of the sale. And then I realized what one I wanted to do on this fabric that I already owned, and it was like sleepy brain. And I have to say, I am not really enjoying DMC. Like, it's thinner than CXC, and I just feel like I get less coverage with my threads. I also feel like the X's, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but the X's are so defined with the DMCs. So, for example, this orange color here is DMC, and all the border and this color here, the teal color, is CXC. So I can really tell a difference between the CXC and the DMC. And to be honest, I think they both have like a time and a place to be needed. But I think I prefer the look, especially on 18 count. I prefer the look of CXC over DMC. And yeah, I done 815 stitches on this for a total of 2.96%. I also, so the way that the pattern is on like the PDF picture is different from the way that the pattern is on my mock-up. Like, there is 4 smalls all combined into one square, right? And the PDF has the left bottom square up at the top right. So the PDF looks different from my mock-up, so there will be a picture of the mock-up instead of the PDF on the screen, but that's because if I show you the PDF, it's going to look different from the way that it's stitched in the mock-up. But yeah, I'm having a blast with this, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at myself for starting this, because I had a lot of fun kitting this up, and my brain just loves it, okay? So, speaking about purchases, the next purchase I have here was not my own purchase. I apologise for the crinkle. This was a gift to me. So, this is The Witcher by Thread Geeks. I will pop a picture on screen so that you can see it properly. And this is the full kit. So, this is going to be 12 inches by 15 inches on 18 count, so 216 by 270, and I love this. I really enjoy The Witcher. I haven't read the books, but I've watched the show, and I'm really upset that Henry Cavill is not continuing on the show. I'm also really worried about the next season being absolute garbage, so I thought in honor and homage to Henry Cavill making this character come to life, I would stitch this. And also, it looks really badass. So, yeah, I'm really excited to stitch that. But I have not started it yet because I am trying. I'm trying. Like, I started the Caroline Manning one, and then I got that one, and I was like, no, you can't start it because you just started the unicorn. And now I'm just like... chaos, absolute chaos. So the next purchase I have here, I'm sorry, there's going to be a bit of crinkling here. Okay. So the next purchase I have here is actually floss, and it is by Threadwork. I'm not sure if it has the colorway on here anywhere. So I bought this one. Oh god, I'm gonna, so that you can hopefully see it a bit better. I bought this one, and I bought this cobalt blue one, and there is a very specific reason why I bought these, and it is because I started the Move Forward in Love by Modern Folk Embroidery. I started that, and I've made a huge terrible mistake. So this is how far I got on this, and I've made a mistake, and I've tried 3 times to find my mistake. I think it's somewhere in like this area here, because I was working down, it wasn't matching up, so I frogged some, worked down again, and then when I realised it still wasn't lining up, I started from the bottom to try and work my way up to the mistake, but then I couldn't find it, so I had to frog back down again, and I'm upset. I also made this overly complicated. I wanted to do it in the Bi flag colours instead of the Pride flag colours, although that might be an option later on down the line. But to be honest, maybe not now, considering I am going to restart this. And instead of doing it my super overly complicated way, I don't know if I will be able to show, but in these purple sections, I was doing one leg cool tone, one leg warm tone, and then I would go on to the next one and swap them around, warm tone underneath, cool tone on top. And then when I got down into these leaves, I done again warm tone, cool tone, one red, one pink, and I just made it overly complicated. So I'm giving up on this whip, but I do plan to restart it, and do not worry, my very, very special and bestest friend in the whole wide world, Effie, who is always linked down below, they also make booktube and FLOSSTUBE content, they're going to adopt this whip, and I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I'm excited to see. I did say that they could just frog the whole thing and keep the fabric. I said that I would write down what I did if they wanted to continue, give them the floss. Like, it's not going to go to waste. It's not going to go to waste, but I do plan on restarting it. And I now have these threads that I think give bi-color, like bi-flag colors. So I'm really hoping that I have fabric coming, and the fabric is like, it's quite similar to this. I believe it's like a light blue, and I hope with the light blue and these two colors I will be able to not make a mistake the next time that I work on this. So that will potentially be a new start coming in the future. I have another purchase, and I don't know how people feel about stamped kits, but I was having a really bad mental health moment, and I still wanted to stitch. I just didn't have the brain power to stitch on all of my projects. I wanted something that I could literally stitch on in the dark with my reading light and not have to like consult a pattern. So I did end up buying a stamped kit, and it's Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I will pop a picture in the corner because the picture on here does not do anything. Like, I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell what that is. So yeah, however you feel about stamped kits, this is for my bad brain days. It's for days that I don't have the motivation to get up and pull out a million and one things, but I still want to stitch because it makes me happy. And really, all I've got is just the black stitches. I don't have any numbers on this. This is something that I don't have any goals or plans for. It is literally just something I'm going to pick up when I feel like I can't pick up anything else. So yeah, I've just stitched black. It's in a hoop. I don't really care about it. It gets all folded up. And this one gets kept in an old Lumicrate book box bag. And I do think like stamped kits have their time and place. It's just I searched high and low, and it's really, really hard to find licensed stamped kits. So if you can point me in a direction where I could buy some licensed stamped kits, then that would be great. That would be fabulous. I do think this is going to help me though on days where my brain just doesn't want to cooperate with me, and I think stitching should be accessible to all. So if all you can afford is a stamped kit, or all you are able to do is a stamped kit, then that is totally fine in my book. I do think there is a balance though, to not rip off artists. So if anyone knew if this was ripped off artwork, then I would go on and buy, you know, the pattern from the artist, but I would still stitch on the stamped kit. And I don't know how people feel about that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I am going to move on now, and I'm going to move on to updates. So the first update I have here is for Stranger Things versus Nightmare on Elm Street. This is by Tilton Crafts, charted by Tilton Crafts, artwork by Danielle Cordick. I started this on the 19th of July 23, and I put in 652 stitches for a total of 3.79%. I'm doing this just 2/1 on 18 count cream Ada. I have a cloth, like a face cloth in here. The face cloth was new. I took it out of a packet just to keep my tension. So I will put up what it looked like the last time you've seen it side by side so you can get a comparison. You know, 652 stitches doesn't seem like a lot, but it is like 6 squares, almost 6 squares, so it can look like a lot. I'm really excited because I'm really starting to see the brim of Freddy Krueger's hat come in, and that's making me really excited. I think I'm going to finish this page, which I'm very close to doing actually, and I think I'm going to try and map out where his face would start and start working in his face, because I think that would give me more motivation to work on this, and that's really exciting. So I'm really happy with this, and 6,500 stitches isn't nothing to scoff at. I am going to put these all back in their bags as I go. because I tend to make a mess when I film and I have to leave after I film this, so the less mess I make, the less time, like the less cleanup I have to do. Next here we have a little bit of magic. This is by Stitcherovia on Etsy, and I'm doing this 2/1 on 18 count River Hut Designs fabric. Let me unfold this. And I added 424 stitches for a total of 44.76%. I really came down and started working in this this witch right here. I came down and started working in this witch. She now has a broom and some feet, and it's just looking so cool. And I love this project. I will pop it over here so you can get a side by side of where it was at the last time you've seen it and where it is at now. I just love this. And it's now, well, it's coming to the end of August, and as soon as it comes August, as soon as it ends August and comes September, I just want to do all the Halloween, autumn, fall, like stitchy stuff, and this is one that I really enjoy. So yeah, I really enjoyed stitching on this one, and I really want to take this out and make it a focus. Should I do that? Should I do that? I don't know. Maybe I should, because I am like 44.76% through this. So this is the closest to a finish that I own. I think I'll think about it. Okay, the next one we have here is Open Your Heart. I believe it's just Open Your Heart, but it says Open Your Heart to New Adventures. This is also by Stitcherovia. Can you tell I enjoy their style? This is also on 18 count River Hut Designs fabric. I'm obsessed. If I'm stitching anything other than full coverage, it's on River Hut Designs fabric. So I put in a total of 1,101 stitches, which is super satisfying. I put in 111 and I now have 18.19%, which is again satisfying because it's 1819. I didn't even click to that until now, but I am gonna take it because that is really satisfying. Let's see if I can fold this so I can put it side by side, hopefully, so you can see what I've done. Oh no, right, let's see, how does that look? And hopefully you will be able to see a difference with over 1,000 stitches popped into this one. I really just worked in all of the gaps, like all of the gaps that I had in this area here. I really worked that in just to like fill it out, and it does look really good. I also don't iron anything. Maybe, like, I didn't iron anything for my last mid-year whip parade. Maybe I'll iron things for like my end of year whip parade, so they're all nice and cute and you can see them in their glory. But for updates, I don't iron anything. This is one that I think is a joy to stitch on, to be honest. Like, again, it's a lot of block stitching. It's also one of those that I feel when I start stitching on it, I don't want to stop. Like, I just want to continue going because the stitches go really fast and the picture comes together really quickly. So it is one of those that I find really entertaining to stitch. Why am I getting messaged? Okay. And the last one I have to show progress on is the No Time Like the Present. Ooh. No Time Like the Present Sal by Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm doing this on 2/1 on River Hut Designs fabric. Who is surprised? No one. Okay. And I put in 498 stitches. This is now at a total of 10.37%. I absolutely adore the colours I chose for this. Like, picking the bright pink fabric with, you know, a brighter teal could have been a big mistake, but the way that this is working up is fabulous to me, and I'm really, really glad that I went with it. I think that this is one that I enjoy stitching on this one. I mostly started filling in this area here to make the like circle of the clock come in, and then worked the teal down. I think I enjoy this one because it takes enough brain power to keep me interested, but it doesn't take the most brain power in the world. And I also love the color choices in this one, so that brings me a lot of joy when I stitch on it. Okay, I am gonna have to run through my plans real quick because I am running late as per usual. Actually, do you know what? I am a pretty on time person, but I'm running later with my filming than I would like to be able to clean before I have to leave. So I'm gonna run through my plans real quick just right here. And the first plan is I'm going to continue stitching on Unicorn by Caroline Manning. This is a joy to stitch on. I'm really enjoying myself. It's a new start, so getting a lot in when it's a new start is probably a good thing. And I may as well put in the effort and the work while I want to, just in case like I get bored and want to move on to my other projects. At least this new start has a really good base to go off of. So I think this is something that I will continue on for a week and see. I definitely want to like stitch in the hanging threads, so this will hopefully get a week. Then I'm thinking actually that I will continue stitching on a little bit of magic because it's my furthest along project, and if I want to have a one finish by the end of the year, then this makes sense. So I think I'm going to keep this one in the rotation for the next little while. And then I have a full coverage, and I think the full coverage I'm going to take on this rotation is my Firefly by Amy Stewart. I will leave a picture of what it looks like fully finished, and I will also pop a picture in of where it was last at so you can see where I'm starting from. I think I want to give that another go. See, I love this. It is my furthest along full coverage, but I started this when I didn't really know what I was doing, and I bought the mini, so I'm now really worried that I'm going to do all this work and it's just not going to look nice. But I also have in the back of my mind that even if it doesn't look crystal clear, which it won't because it's a mini, even if it doesn't look fabulous, it's still going to mean a lot because it's my first full coverage. And I'm almost finished 2 pages. I don't want to scrap 2 pages of work. So I'm going to bring that in on this rotation and stitch on it, see how I feel, and hopefully like just, you know, just get back into it because I haven't stitched on it in a little minute. And I think the last pattern that I'm going to take into this rotation is Wood Witch. This is by, I can't even remember, White Raven on Etsy. All the information will be on screen. Here is a picture of what it will look like finished and a picture of where it was last at. So I would like to stitch on this one because it's monochrome, and I'm trying to like take in a rotation that covers everything. So I would say this is like my fun stitch, my mood stitch, something that I'm just picking up because it's a new start and I'm really excited about it. This is the stitch that is a little bit of magic is the stitch that's closest to finish. Firefly is my full coverage, and then Wood Witch I would say is my easy. It could be my travel because it only consists of fabric hook and black floss. So it's, you know, it's an easier one if I don't want to like pack up loads of things, or if I don't want to like pull out loads of thread colors. This one's easy to just get up and go. So I think that's going to be my rotation for the next little while. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to have any new starts or any new purchases, because apparently I can't help myself. I can't contain myself. So I'm not going to say that I'm not going to have any new starts or any new purchases, but I will say that the Unicorn by Caroline Manning, A Little Bit of Magic by Stitch Rovia, Wood Witch by White Raven on Etsy, and Firefly by Amy Stewart by Heaven and Earth Designs are going to be my projects that I am taking forward into my next rotation. So I'm not sure when my next floss tube will be. Maybe in like 4 weeks. If I have anything to update sooner than that, then I will come back sooner. But that is all that I have for this update. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're stitching anything I'm stitching. Let me know what you think of my whips. And I hope you have a great day, a great week, a great weekend, whenever the hell you're watching this. Remember to stay safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.